It was only when I was about,
8 months.
8 months pregnant that we found out that when our child was born, that only I would be considered a parent and Audrey would be considered a stranger to our child.
We were definitely always going to have kids.
Yeah, I don't think there was never a time when we said, are we going to have kids? We just knew we would. And are you 6?
No.
Are you 5?
No.
Are you 4?
No.
Are you 3?
Yeah.
Yay! Ava is 3.
Yay!
And that's Aria.
This is
How
Aria.
old is Aria?
1.
Yay!
When we first were looking into our options for conceiving, we knew obviously that we could do like a standard IVF or an IUI, but we were talking about it and we were like, wouldn't it be so cool if we could both be really physically involved in the process and we could use Audrey's eggs and I could carry, because I always really wanted to be pregnant. I don't think you had any desire to be pregnant.
No.
But we were like, wouldn't that be really cool? So it'd be genetically Audrey's child, but I would be carrying the child. We just thought it was a cool way to do it. We looked into it and we went to a clinic here and we were told that we weren't allowed to do it in Ireland because there was no legislation. So we looked into going abroad, and that's eventually what we did. We went abroad because we wanted to access that treatment. So it's called reciprocal IVF. When we decided, you know, what route we were going to go to have our children, we didn't for a second know or think that there was going to be any issue with both of us being regarded as our children's parents. We just assumed, along with most of the country, that after marriage equality, that, you know, that equality would extend to any families in Ireland. So we just assumed, oh yeah, sure, we're married, so of course we're going to both be considered parents. We had no idea of the legislation that was in the pipeline, the criteria that you would have to meet in order to be qualified as a family. We had no idea about any of that. And it was only when I was about,
8 months.
8 months pregnant that we found out that when our child was born, that only I would be considered a parent and Audrey would be considered a stranger to our child. To get a passport, I had to sign an affidavit saying that I was a single parent, and that there was no one else involved in raising the children. So that was obviously
that was hard, wasn't it?
hard and horrible, but it was necessary to get them a passport so that we could travel. Otherwise, we would not have been able to travel. So we had to do it. Back in October, we, along with other LGBTQ plus parents, started Equality for Children as a campaign group to fight for full legal protection of all children of LGBTQ plus parents. Because we were tired of waiting, and the legislation that is coming in May is not going to cover everybody. Our family, do not meet the criteria to be covered. So even when that legislation comes in, it means nothing to us. We need legislation that will cover all families, all types of conceptions, all types of births. You know, we don't all fit into the same box. Yes, it's great that there will be legislation coming in that will cover some children, but it's not enough until it covers all children. And yeah, in the media, it was kind of...
It kind of made it out that it was covering everybody, but that's not the case, because we are not covered.
It's going to be hard because of the general election and because we don't know who is going to have particular jobs, and we've worked really hard to build up these meaningful connections with these people in power. Yet in a couple of weeks' time, different people may be in power. We may need to start from square one, which is going to be difficult. So I think it's really important for anyone who is voting to make sure that they know that these people who are going to be voted in are committed to ensuring equality for all children.
For the new government coming in, just let's get it done. That's it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's unfinished business. You know?
Yeah.
Marriage equality did not solve everything, and we need to finish what marriage equality started. Think of your children. Think of that moment that your child is born, a moment that is supposed to be the happiest moment of your life, and looking at your baby and knowing that you have no legal rights to your baby. You know, it's...
But then also it's 3 years later and it's still the same. So you're raising your kids every day knowing that you have no legal connection.
Such a basic
yeah.
right to have, and to not have it. And I think that's why a lot of people don't know about this, because it's so inconceivable. And people are like, what, it's 2020, how is that possible? The country voted yes, we are a fair and equal country. How is this happening? So people don't really believe or want to believe that this is happening. But unfortunately it is, and it needs to change.